kid you not, it's almost about to be 4 minutes and this shit is barely stopping. I put 55 for that. Come on, Arco. Bomba clat! Pretty. Wow. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. I wonder if I put this on my dick, it'll get bigger. Ooh, let's fucking go.
It's here, so sit back, relax, and get that popcorn ready.
And please enjoy Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts.
Can I just get a bacon double smash jack?
And a combo, just a burger itself?
Combo please. I'm so fucking fat. Also, I'm not going to be showing my face in this video because I look tired, feel tired, look like shit, and feel like shit, but that doesn't matter, so you'll be seeing this face on your screen right now. But anyways, let's talk about Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. So now, when I first heard about Thunderbolts, I was pretty excited, you know. I'm a Marvel fan, I have my fun with the MCU films, and yeah, I would have to say I was pretty excited for it, you know. You get Yelena, Winter Soldier, you get US Agent, Ghost, Taskmaster, I guess, and then of course you get Red Guardian, and then Valentina, and then Bob. But yeah, I was really excited when they first announced Thunderbolts, as any other Marvel fan would be. So yeah, I was pretty excited, and then I heard the castings about Steven Yeun, and then Iowa Debris, which I was really excited for because I like Steven Yeun. I've seen The Walking Dead, you know, Glenn was my favorite character, rest in peace. And then I love Iowa Debris, she's very funny. I think she's great in The Bear and in Big Mouth. And I've seen Bottoms too, and I actually really enjoy that movie, so those two together would have been great. And then they dropped out, and then I heard that Geraldine Viswanathan, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Geraldine Viswanathan, would go ahead and replace Iowa Debris, and then that Steven Yeun would be replaced by Lewis Pullman, which are two great actors. I've seen Geraldine in films like Blockers and The Package. I think she's funny in both of those. And then Lewis Pullman, I've just seen him in Top Gun Maverick and Salem's Lot, and I think he's great in both of those films. And it's kind of weird knowing that he's playing a character named Bob when literally his character was called Bob in Top Gun, so I find it a little bit funny. And then I saw the first trailer for it, which it looked alright. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I saw the A24 style trailer, which I'm like, okay, this has me hyped up, and what Marvel did with that trailer. And then the film is directed by Jake Schreier, who worked on Beef, which I love that show. I thought it was one of the best shows that I've seen over the last 5 years. And it's a Netflix show, and usually Netflix shows, they're always like, they're like cringy, but this one was actually really good. And so I trusted him with it. And I saw Thunderbolts last night as I'm recording this, because obviously right when I came back home, I took a nap after I ate my Jack in the Box. But yeah, I saw Thunderbolts and it was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought Marvel did a great job with it. The director, the cast, the writers, they all did amazing. And yeah, let's talk about what I liked about it, and then I'll talk about the cons. So first of all, I will say this is definitely Marvel's darkest project yet. It deals with topics like mental health, depression, male loneliness, and I know how that feels like because I've suffered through it. And yeah, I think they did very well with just covering that. And yeah, there's a lot of dark tones to it, but there's also comedic tones to it. And that's mainly due to the cast and the writing, which let's talk about the cast. So first of all, Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan, I thought he was great. And yeah, I thought he was just super badass in this film. And then we get Wyatt Russell as US Agent, aka John Walker, who I didn't like in The Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, sorry. But I didn't like him in that, but in this film, you'll like him a bit more. And genuinely, they made him into like a likable character, which I liked. And then Hannah John came in as Ghost, was great. I thought she was fantastic. And then Red Guardian, played by David Harbour, I liked him here like more than Black Widow, obviously. Black Widow I wasn't too big on, I just thought it was okay. But yeah, I liked him more in here, and he's definitely the comedic tone. And yeah, I thought he was great. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was great in here too. She's like not the main antagonist, well, kinda, but I thought she was good. And then Geraldine, I thought she was great in here. Honestly, for her MCU debut, she plays Valentina's assistant, Mel, and I thought she was good. And then let's talk about the two standouts for me, and that was number one, Florence Pugh as Yelena. I thought she was the big highlight and standout of the film. She gives such an amazing performance here. And out of the MCU, I think this is her best performance here, despite her appearances in Black Widow and Hawkeye. And then the other standout is Lewis Pullman as Bob. Yes, I do think Steven Yeun would have done a great job, but I'm glad that we got Lewis Pullman. I thought he channeled that character pretty well. And he channeled I'm not going to spoil that. No. I promised I wouldn't do any spoilers. But yeah, the whole cast was great. And then there's Taskmaster. Yeah, we don't talk about her. Let's just say she got Suicide Squatted. And I hope that really doesn't spoil it for anyone, but we all knew this was coming. I mean, the Marvel announcement with Avengers Doomsday, I mean, that kind of gave it away. So yeah, good job, Marvel. But yeah, let's talk about the fight sequences. I thought they were super good, especially the first one with Yelena and the scientists. I thought that was great. And during the fight sequences, you can definitely tell that they were all practical. There wasn't really that much CGI. I mean, I really liked the stunts in this film too. I thought they were amazing, especially when Florence Pugh's jumping off like one of the highest buildings in the world. I thought that was awesome and just super badass to see. And props to her for wanting to do it. I give her a lot of credit. And there are very comedic moments, and that's due to David Harbour's character, Alexei. He just knocks it out the park with the jokes that he has, and he's super funny. He had the whole audience in my theater laughing, and that's what I liked about him. You know, he has his serious moments, but he also has like his lovable, like humorous moments throughout the whole movie. So yeah, the humor comes from him, and then the emotional moments come from Bob and Yelena. And yeah, there was even a scene, which I'm not going to say what it is, but this picture right here that you are seeing, it's from that scene right there. It made me kind of like, it made my eyes a little bit watery, which that happens to me sometimes when I watch a movie. But in this scene, I kind of related to it because I've suffered from male loneliness and I still suffer from it like a little bit. But, you know, it just hit me right there. And I'm just like, wow, like I never thought I'd be crying to a Marvel movie. And look at me now. But yeah, I thought that scene was just incredible. And yeah, I mean, just overall the fight sequences and the story itself is really good too. I like what they did here, and what they did with the story, they took it serious. They had their fun with it, but they took it really serious, which I liked. And usually you rarely see that now in Marvel movies because sure, there are serious moments and, you know, like it's an action film, but most of them, they turn out to be super comedic. Like, for an example, Deadpool and Wolverine had its serious moments, but it was mainly a comedy because, you know, it's Deadpool. And then Captain America, the Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy, like, I can go ahead and name so much more, but yeah. Like, with the story, they went ahead and they focused more on the emotional, serious topics than just fighting and action, just like comedy, which I like that from Marvel, you know? And that just really, really got to me, which I liked. And, you know, I was happy to see that Marvel was focusing on certain topics, and they handled it very, very well in this film. Now, the cons with this film, genuinely, I didn't really have any problems with it. Maybe the ending. I mean, I feel like where they kind of left off was, you know. And yeah, like I just wasn't too crazy with it. You know, I'm just like, oh, like I felt like they could have done something better. But nonetheless, I still had my fun with this film. But here's the real question. Is the MCU back? As much as I want to say yes and no, I'm just going to say sure. Now, the reason why I say sure is because, let's be honest, like this isn't, you know, like a big blockbuster hit, but this is still such a good movie. It's refreshing. It's a new take on the MCU that we're going to be seeing these new characters team up together and go ahead and go on different adventures and journeys, which I like to see that. And their chemistry all together just makes this film so enjoyable. It felt like I was watching the first Avengers film, but with new characters that we've been introduced to before, teaming up together for the first time. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. Now, for those who are asking, are there any cameos in this movie? No, there's not really no cameos in here, which is kind of surprising to see, which, did I expect to see any? Not really. Are there any post-credit scenes? Yes, there are 2 in here. The first one, I thought it was really, really funny. And then the second one, you guys are going to absolutely enjoy, as it sets up Avengers Doomsday. And that was so awesome to see. And it is Marvel's longest post-credit scene. And it just sets up the future and what to expect next from the MCU. So that wraps it up for my review here on Thunderbolts. I highly recommend everybody to go ahead and see this film. If you are a MCU fan, you will absolutely enjoy this. If you like action, you'll enjoy it. If you like dark takes with Marvel characters, you'll like it. And if you like funny, you'll like this film as well too. I give this film a solid 9 out of 10. I thought it was great and genuinely such an amazing Marvel film that I just was so excited to go ahead and see that I had to go ahead and make a review on it. Now, all I can say is that I'm actually pretty excited for Fantastic Four, so hopefully that film is good as this one. And yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what is your favorite MCU film, or if you guys have seen the film, and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.